This is Christina Hansen. She's co-founder of Blue Star. She's our knight in shining armor. She could be an auxiliary mounted cop anytime soon, we don't know. And she is our liaison, our PR person, and she leads our fight.
Rest those headgears.
You should not be coming up here with champagne.
Alright, so for once, I come up here actually with nothing written, and Steve wrote all of his stuff tonight for a change. So I've been writing the press releases for the past, since October or so, so a lot of what he says I actually said. So, I'm the co-founder of Blue Star Agriculture, and I was a carriage driver in Philadelphia, and when we founded Blue Star, we had no idea what we were doing. That's continued actually to this day. And so we actually, when we got the opportunity, we went and we asked around to people. We said, there's a lot of people who know what they're doing. Let's start asking people. I sent out emails to the Kentucky Horse Park, which of course is where I grew up. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. Horse capital of the world. And boy was I pissed when the ASPCA put an exhibit at the International Museum of the Horse. But anyway, that's another story, neither here nor there. So I actually started sending out emails blind to people who might know what they were doing in starting a draft horse rescue, starting some sort of organization for these working horses. And I sent an email out to another draft horse rescue, and I said, hey, we're thinking about joining you in this whole issue of supporting working horses, finding homes for rescued working horses. Can you give us some sort of guidance? We need something for our benefactor. By the way, our benefactor, Sandy Walsh, is here. Yes, I got to put a shout out to Sandy Walsh. She had asked Pam and I to come up with something, some numbers, some idea of what we had in mind. And I sent out an email to several draft horse rescues. And I got an email back from a particularly large draft horse rescue.
In New Jersey?
No, not New Jersey. In the state that I prefer to make fun of. Being from Pennsylvania, which they're in Maryland. On the other side of the Mason-Dixon line. That's in Philly, that was the state I made fun of the most. But anyway, they said, well, we would love to help you figure out how to start a draft horse rescue. Goodness knows there's enough of them that need saving. But I cannot help but notice that in your signature, it says 76 Carriage Company, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Historic Tours. And our donors will never, ever support an organization that supports carriage horses. So I'll be happy to talk with you on the phone, but you might as well be forewarned what you're getting into. Well, we've gotten into an awful lot. An awful lot. My official title on the program is that I am the dangerous liaison for the Horse and Carriage Association in New York City. Not only am I the co-founder of Blue Star Agriculture, I'm the communications liaison currently for the Horse and Carriage Association and undercover super spy. For those of you who don't know, there was a story in the New York Post on January 1st, New Year's Day, about some tapes that came out about a certain Steve Nislick. Deep Throat Latch was quickly dubbed. Nobody knew exactly who that was, but you don't have to wait 30 years or however long it was after Watergate. That's me. So. Like I said, I came up here with nothing prepared, so I'm kind of winging it. But wingnut, yes. So, wingnut for the carriage horses. At Blue Star, we continually talk about how working horses, how community can take care of its homeless working horses. We've built communities in Massachusetts. We've done tree lighting ceremonies. People come up to us and said, this is fantastic. The horses bring people out to come to the tree lighting ceremony. Families come together. Well, working horses have built communities in a lot of other ways too. You guys are my family. It's a whole community of people that have come together on the Urban Horse, on Carriage Horse Facts, on the Chronicle of the Horse. My family from Philadelphia, my family from New York City. And, you know, we've built a whole community here around the working horse. And I think that's something that we all can be really, really proud of. We're stronger together. And, you know, I'm really proud to be a part of everybody's lives here. I have a second home at 52nd Street, on 59th Street. Two in Brooklyn, yes. I believe I've been labeled as Steve's cousin, staying with Aunt Pat and Uncle Gene a couple of times. And
You're Italian?
I'm Italian, yes, and
Hell's Kitchen!
Hell's Kitchen, yes, Hell's Kitchen, representing here for Renee. And I have particular fondness for a view of the Chrysler Building. So, anybody who doesn't understand that, our lawyers are across the street from the Chrysler Building. And actually, the first time after I went up there, I went home to my home in Tennessee. For those of you who don't know, I don't live in New York City. I don't live in Massachusetts. I don't even live in Philadelphia anymore. I don't live in Lexington, horse capital of the world. I actually live in Knoxville, Tennessee. Because my husband has a one-year appointment at the University of Tennessee. He is on the job market. Who knows where I will be come August. But I will always be here with you guys. But after I came up here earlier this year, spent a lot of time across the street from the Chrysler Building. I went home to Tennessee, to my husband's office, and he had left a poster that had been there from before. And it was actually, I walked in there after having been in New York City for a week or so, and it was the Chrysler Building. So even in Tennessee, I have a view of you guys, and you guys are always on my mind. Whether I want you guys to be, but you guys are, you know, I think there's something genetic in carriage drivers. That there's something in your DNA when you start to drive a carriage. And I started to drive a carriage in Philadelphia in 2006. And it was the most wonderful experience of my life. And I said, and really, to be honest, I have not been at home since then. You know, since I stopped driving a carriage in Philadelphia, I found a home here with you guys. But that's, I cannot imagine any other way of being. So, anyway, that's what I have to say. I'll hand it back to Steve here. Unfortunately, I don't think Devo's here. Devo's not here yet. But, anyway, I do have a song actually for him. No, I don't have that. I'm not going to sing. But, if you don't mind.
What is it?
I found a song from 1964. And for those of you who do not know the story of the Beautiful Horse campaign, because we'll be out there tomorrow on the hack line supporting you guys, Blue Star has a Beautiful Horse campaign. Justin and I were driving up a carriage in Lenox, Massachusetts during the Tub Parade. Justin and I are both Philadelphia carriage drivers. And it's a wonderful, wonderful event they have every year in Western Massachusetts. I know I'm going on, we were out there. It's this wonderful event. It's been held almost as long as the Rose Bowl Parade. It's the same idea. You decorate carriages with flowers, and it was the summer home of all these, the Astors and the Carnegies and everything, Rockefellers. And the very first year we went up there with Blue Star, we're coming up the hill and we see some 20-some-year-old women with signs. And we see them with signs on the side of the road. We're coming up with this carriage, and Justin and I both sat. By the way, Justin's our teamster. He's our trainer, amazing horseman. He's actually holding down the fort up at Blue Star so we could all be here. And we all sit bolt upright in our seats, and we're on the top of the carriage. And we're like, and I said to Justin, who's driving, I said, "You keep driving, I'll get down, I'll take care of them," kind of thing, because they've got a poster board. You can only imagine what this was like. Well, we come closer, and there's a sign, and they're holding it, and it just simply says, "Beautiful horse." And I about started crying because I did a carriage driver in Philadelphia. I know what you guys go through here in New York. And the fact that anyone could hold a sign out there and say, "Beautiful horse," was amazing. And that's what we want to do for you guys, because you guys have the most beautiful horses in the world. And that was the birth of the Beautiful Horse campaign. And I would like to invite you, Steve. We're going to have Patty. You need to come in September, and you need to drive him in this parade. Because I'm sure he'll slowly up to trip around the block or two. And, you know, you'll manage. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. But anyway, all right. In Lenox, Massachusetts. But anyway, I did actually find this song from 1964. I don't know if we should play it or not, but but anyway, it's called "Beautiful Teamsters." Since Demo comes, we'll wait until Demo gets here. So anyway, I will hand it back over to Steve.
Thank you, Christina.